welcome to game number 15 of the King of the Hill series featuring On Deck Baseball Pro, the newest version of On Deck Baseball. And today we dive right back in as 1990 Oakland defends the Hill against their newest challenger, voted in by the community, the 1954 New York National League squad featuring, as you know, to say hey kid, Willie Mays. In the last game, 1990 Oakland defeated 1984 Chicago by a score of 11-3. It was a pretty big rout. The back end of the lineup for Oakland doing most of the damage. That's Hasse, Randolph, and Weiss. Combined for 7 runs, 7 of the 11 runs there. A lot of diamonds there, not a whole lot going on for the Chicago Ball Club. A couple of runs in the last inning there. So on the hill we have starting for Oakland, Scott Sanderson, and starting for 1954 New York, Johnny Antonelli. We're going to go ahead and get into the lineups a little bit here. Oakland is pretty much staying the same. However, we do have Willie McGee taking over the DH role for Harold Baines. This is a heavy right-handed lineup, and of course, Johnny Antonelli is a lefty. For New York, these are all new players to the tournament, so we'll go over them a little bit. Whitey Lockman, first base. Al Dark, shortstop, 294 hitter with 20 home runs. Don Mueller is going to be your right fielder, strong arm out and right. He batted 343. This lineup is actually taken from the World Series in 1954. With one exception, there is a designated hitter added to the lineup as I'm using a DH for this series. Willie Mays, say hey kid in center field, 5 fielding, 5 arm, 345 batting average, and 41 bombs in 1954. Of course, great speed out there, and his value overall is 100. You don't see many triple digits there. Hank Thompson, third baseman, a lot of power in the 50s, a strong arm over at third base. He had 26 home runs, batted 263. Monty Irvin, very great Negro Leagues player, came over and took up shop over in left field for New York. 262 average, 19 home runs, a lot of speed too, great base runner. And here's your designated hitter, Dusty Rhodes, one of the great power threats in the 1950s. He only had 15 home runs, but that was in limited play time. A 342 average. I want you to take a look at this matrix. So you can see if he got more at-bats, he definitely would have gone yard a lot more. Davey Williams will be your second baseman, great defender, batted 222, 9 home runs. And then the backstop, batted 9th, is Wes Westrom. Not the greatest offensive threat, only batted 187, but he was known as one of the great defensive backstops of his time. He is a forward defender with a rocket for an arm, a -5. So probably won't be a whole lot of stealing going on, even though Oakland does have Ricky in the lineup. So that is your New York Ball Club. As far as availability for Oakland, as this is their third game in the tournament, obviously Stewart was their first starter. He's not available, and neither is Welch. Honeycutt and Eck are both back from their appearances in Game 1. Game 2 saw Nelson come out of the bullpen, so he will not be available for this game. He could come in tired, but with Honeycutt and Eckersley back, I don't think we'll be seeing that. One thing also to watch, in the bullpen for New York, we have Hoyt Wilhelm, one of the greatest relievers of all time, a Hall of Famer, 2.10 ERA, a 1.14 whip. So we'll see if New York goes to him. Antonelli, a great starter for this New York Ball Club, a 2.3 ERA, a 1.17 whip, 152 Ks, a record of 21-7 in 1954. Scott Sanderson for the A's, a 3.88 ERA, a 17-11 record. He does not go long in games, so we may see them go to the bullpen relatively early. We'll see how that goes and see how he goes up against the offense for New York. We'll go ahead and get rolling here. As usual, I have my little grid here so I can keep the pitchers on their backs, or backs up, so I can see the chart and don't have to keep flipping back and forth. And we are going to go ahead and get on with the first pitch here. If you can, please hit that thumbs up, leave a comment below. As usual, it does help these videos get some better traction. And leading off the game for New York is going to be Whitey Lockman. Whitey Lockman, the first baseman. First baseman leading off. You don't see that very often. We have a left-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher, so it's going to be a -1 on the roll. And we have a pitcher's card. I will be reading the blue die first. And we have a 5-6, which is going to be a ground out. So the first out of the ball game is going to be a ground out to short, 6-3, one away here in the top of the first as we get things going. Al Dark is going to be the next batter, shortstop for New York. He is a righty, so it's righty versus righty. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Dark. 6-9 is going to be a base hit, so we have our first base runner of the ball game, second batter in, and it's Al Dark with a single. That's going to bring up Don Mueller, right fielder. He is a left-handed batter. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 7-3 is going to be a flyout, though, and that flyout is going to go to right. And here we go, the Say Hey Kid with 1 on and 2 away. A great offensive card, 345, a 412 on base percentage, 667 slugging, and a very nice full matrix there. So Mays getting the at bat. He is a right-handed batter. It is going to be a +1 on the roll, and it's a pitcher's card for Sanderson. 3-2. Sanderson gets Mays striking out, looking, and that is going to be the third out of the inning as we head over to the bottom of the first. And Oakland coming to the plate. Ricky leading off for Oakland. Ricky had a below par game last game as Oakland routed Chicago. He actually went 0 for 5 with 2 Ks in that ball game. So he's looking to redeem himself here against Johnny Antonelli. Right-handed batter, a left-handed pitcher is going to be equal. That is going to be a batter's card for Henderson. 6-10 is a walk, something Henderson did a lot in his career. He is aboard with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Shall we try and steal? We know we got that rocket of an arm back there. It's 50-50. I think Ricky is smarter than that. I think he's going to stay at first. That's going to bring up Carney Lansford, right-handed batter. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Lansford. 4-5 is going to be a ground out. We have a possible double play here. Ground ball is going to go to short. That's going to be Dark. He is a 3 fielder. And Ricky has a 40% chance of getting into second. We roll 1 die here. He does not, so he is out on a 6-4 and shooting over Williams to first base on a 4 for Lansford. 40% chance of beating that out. And he does not. A 6-4-3 will give us 2 outs here in the bottom of the first with Jose Canseco coming to the plate. Canseco, right-handed batter. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-3 is going to be a ground out. Canseco will end the frame as he grounds out the second. The 4-3 for the third out. Going to head over now to the top of the second. Willie Mays having made the last out of the first, and that's going to bring up Hank Thompson. Hank Thompson, again, a great power hitter in the 50s. He's got a pretty good matrix there. Thompson, a left-handed hitter. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 3-8, though, is going to be a ground out. Thompson will ground out to first. And we got a 3U by Big Mac. 1 away now in the top of the first, heading over to Monty Irvin, who is a right-handed batter. It's going to be equal roll. Batter's card for Irvin. 4-2, though, is a flyout. Flyout is going to go to right. 2 away. Bringing up Dusty Rhodes. I always wanted to play with this guy. I think he has great power potential and a great card, obviously. So let's see what he can do here. Rhodes, a left-handed batter. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card, though, so he won't get that batter's card. 7-1 is going to be a flyout. Does get a hold of one, but warning track power on this ball as he flies out to right. That will do it in the top of the first. Or, sorry, top of the second. Heading over to the bottom of the second. Antonelli in control here. And Dave Henderson coming to the plate. Right-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher. It's going to be +1. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Antonelli. 8-9 is going to be a base hit. Dave Henderson is aboard with the Oakland first hit of the game. That's going to bring up Big Mac, right-handed batter. It's going to be -1 on Mac. That's going to be a batter's card for Big Mac. Can he put Oakland ahead? He does. 10-10. Clearly, Big Mac gets a hold of this one, and the bat makes that ball fly into deep center into the stands. A 2-run bomb. Oakland is ahead 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. What a shot by Big Mac. That's going to bring up Willie McGee. He is a switch hitter, so he'll be batting righty. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for McGee. 6-1 is a possible error. We're going to go ahead and roll on the same matrix. A 6-3 this time is a ground ball going to third base. Third baseman is Thompson. So we're going to find Thompson's card here and see if he makes the play on his primary chart, as he is primarily a third baseman. Only 2 chances at not getting the error there, and it is an error, a 1-base error. And now we'll put McGee at first on the E5. Willie Randolph now coming to the plate. He is a right-handed batter. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-8 is a walk. Antonelli in trouble here as there's nobody out, and men on first and second. Bottom of the order, though, Ron Hasse coming to the plate. Hasse, of course, getting the starts over Steinbach. Steinbach was injured in their first game of the tournament. If the Oakland team gets through the next 2, Steinbach will be back. So left-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher is going to be -3. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card. 9-8 is a base hit. Hasse continues to rake here. And McGee is going to come around and score. That's going to put Oakland up now 3-0, as Randolph will go into second without a throw. And we have to roll on Antonelli's poise. Going to go on the sad face poise, see if he gets a hit on his abilities. He does not. It's a 0 there, so no change on his abilities. And Weiss coming to the plate. Nobody out, first and second. Switch hitter, it's going to be -1. That's going to be a batter's card. 3-6 is a ground ball. We're going to see where that goes. That ground ball goes over to third base. Third baseman Thompson is just a 2. And Hasse is slow, though, so we're probably going to get this one. We do, as a 5-4. Second baseman is a 4 on Weiss. Going to roll 1 die here. We got him as well. So a 5-4-3. Randolph will move over to third, as a double play does get 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Much needed by Antonelli. That's going to bring up Ricky Henderson now with man on third. Still looking for redemption so far for his awful tournament. Right-handed batter, it's going to be equal. That's going to be a batter's card for Henderson. 8-5 is a base hit. Henderson comes through, and that's going to be Randolph scoring the 4th run of the game, as Henderson is on first base with 2 away. Oakland now up 4-0. Lansford coming to the plate. Lansford is a right-handed batter. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-8 is a flyout. Antonelli finally gets out of the inning. A flyout to center for Lansford will end it. But the damage is done. Big Mac goes yard for 2 runs, and then 2 runs score thanks to an error and a walk and a Henderson base hit. And that is going to go over to now the top of the third. Sanderson still on the mound, pitching pretty well so far. And Davey Williams coming up. This will be the first at bat for Williams. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 1-6 is a pop out. So he gets in on Dave Williams, and he pops out to short for the first out of the top of the third. Wes Westrom, again, not the greatest offensive threat, but a great defender. He is a right-handed batter. It's going to be -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 1-8 is a ground out, and that ground out will go to second. Back to the top of the order, Whitey Lockman coming to the plate. First baseman, he is 0 for 1, grounded out to short in his first at-bat. Left-handed batter, it's going to be -1 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 8-10 is a base hit. Lockman gets only the second hit here for 1954 New York. And he is aboard with 2 away, and Al Dark coming to the plate. Right-handed batter, it's going to be equal roll. And that's going to be a batter's card for Dark. 7-7 is another base hit. So they're getting a bat on the ball in this inning, trying to get around to the middle of the order, and that's going to bring up Don Mueller, 343 hitter overall in 1954. Left-handed batter, it's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card, though. Can Sanderson get out of it? 10-4, he does not. A base hit. Short base hit, though, as Lockman will stay at third, and we have bases loaded 2 away with Willie Mays coming to the plate. He could tie it up with 1 swing here. Right-handed batter, it's going to be +1. Pitcher's card. Does have the chance for home run 3 times on that card. 6-10, though, is going to be a base hit. Mays does come through. We're going to be playing station to station, though, as Lockman scores. Well, Dark, so we can chance it. Let's see where that ball goes. That base hit will go to center. Center fielder Dave Henderson has a forearm on Dark. And you know what? Dark is going to try it. Oakland is not going to throw. They're going to hold the runners at first and second. And that works out to be a 2 RBI single for Willie Mays. First and second, 2 away, and here comes Hank Thompson. As the New York team's chipping away at the Oakland lead. A left-handed batter, it's going to be -1. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 2-6, though, is going to be a pop-out. Sanderson jams Thompson as he will pop out to second base to end the inning and the threat. But New York picks up 2 on a 2 RBI single by Willie Mays. And we head over to the bottom of the third. Oakland leading it 4-2. Jose Canseco coming up to the plate against Antonelli. Righty versus lefty here. It's going to be a -1. It's going to be a batter's card for Canseco. 4-3 is a strikeout. Something Canseco did a lot in his career. He struck out 3 times last game also. Hendo, Dave Henderson coming to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a single and scored a run last inning. Righty versus lefty, it's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Hendo. 2-5 is a strikeout. That's 2 Ks now for Antonelli. If he gets a third one, he'll get an increase, which, judging by the way he's performed the first couple innings, he's going to need. Here comes Big Mac. Hit that big home run last inning to start the scoring parade for Oakland. And it is a -1. That's going to be a batter's card for McGuire. 7-9 is a flyout. Snuck in a flyout there. And a flyout's going to be to the left. So Antonelli does get a 1-2-3 inning, but does not get 3 consecutive Ks. And we head over to the top of the fourth. Oakland still ahead, 4-2. And Monty Irvin will be leading things off here in the top of the fourth. Righty versus righty, it's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Irvin. 10-6 is a base hit. Irvin is aboard. Hassey is a 3-arm. Do we want to try and put him in scoring position? It is a 60% chance. You know what? I think we got Rhodes up. I think we are going to try and swing here. Rhodes doesn't get a board, gets a quick out, and maybe we'll try and steal. So Rhodes 0 for 1 so far. It is going to be an equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Rhodes. 10-3 is a flyout, so Rhodes doesn't get it done. Flyout goes to left. And I think we may try and steal now. So Sanderson's hold is a 3, while Monty Irvin's jump rating is a 2. So it is a -1. We got a chance of getting picked off here. He does not get the jump, but he doesn't get picked off either. So he will be staying at first base. couldn't get a good look at Sanderson. So we're going to have Dave Williams coming to the plate, 1 on and 1 out. Williams popped out to short in last inning. Right-handed batter against right-handed pitcher. It's going to be -1. That is going to be a batter's card for Williams. 5-1 is a ground out. So now that we didn't get the stolen base, we have a chance at a double play here. Ground ball goes to short. Weiss is a 4. So a 4 on Irvin. Not a great shot at getting in there, but he does beat it out. Monty Irvin gets to second on a 6-4, and over to first base. Randolph goes with a 3. A 9, he doesn't get it either. A blown double play as Williams is aboard on a fielder's choice, 6-4. And we have first and second with 1 away. Westrom coming up. He is 0 for 1, grounded out to second. It's going to be -2. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-6 is a walk. Bases are juiced with 1 out. And the top of the order coming up. New York can make an impact here as Whitey Lockman will come to the plate. He is 1 for 2 so far. Left-handed batter. It is going to be -1. And that's definitely a pitcher's card. 8-7. Base hit. Lockman coming through. Irvin will come around to score, definitely. Williams, we're going to have to see where it goes. It goes to center field. Center fielder's arm. Dave Henderson is a 4, so it's just going to score 1 here as we're going to hold the runner and not take us out of a rally. So bases loaded, and score is now 4-3 in favor of Oakland, but Al Dark coming up trying to change that. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be batter's card for Dark. 7-5 is a flyout, and that flyout's going to go to right. Just a 3-arm on Canseco. Let's see, does Williams want to try and tag? 3-arm gives us a 50-50 shot. I don't think so. We've got the heart of the order coming up. Still early in the game, so that's going to be a fly out to right, and runners will hold. Mueller's going to come up, 2 away, bases loaded. Left-handed batter, it's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Mueller. Say, hey kid, on deck. 8-7 is a base hit. Williams going to come around to score. Westrom is going to stay at third, station to station ball, but the ball game is tied up. It is now 4-4, and to say, hey kid, coming up. See if Mays can put them ahead. It's going to be up, and we do have to roll on Sanderson here. On his sad face, as 3 runs have scored, but there's going to be no change there as he is not rattled by these runs. And Mays, righty versus righty, is a +1 now on a roll. That is definitely a batter's card. 10-1 is a pop-out. Snuck in, gets him jammed as Mays cannot come through here. And he pops out to third base to end the inning, end the threat. But New York comes back and now tied the game. It is 4-4. It's a new ball game as we head into the bottom of the 4th. And Willie McGee coming to the plate. McGee, switch hitter, so he's going to be batting from the right side. It's going to be -1. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card for Antonelli. 3-10 is a walk. McGee gets on. He is going to stay at first, though, as that catcher, Westrom, just has a rifle back there. And that's going to bring up Willie Randolph now, right-handed batter. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Randolph. 5-10 is a walk. First and second, nobody out. Ron Hasse coming to the plate. Hasse, a left-handed batter. It's going to be -3 there, so that's going to be a pitcher's card. And a 7-7 is another walk. 3 walks. The bullpen is going for New York as Antonelli all of a sudden cannot find the plate. Walt Weiss coming to bat. He is 0 for 1 and got a ground out into a double play, which is something Antonelli will be looking for here. Switch hitter, he's going to be -1 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-5. He does get that ground ball. The infield was in, and that is going to be a, let's see where it goes, 3. Lockman's going to come home with it. They do not have the chance at the double play, actually, and it's going to be a fielder's choice. 3-2. Whites will get to first. So we have bases loaded now with 1 out. Infield still in. Ricky Henderson coming to the plate. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. Antonelli needs some outs here. 7-4 is going to be another ground out. They're going to trade an out here, and it's going to be a 4-2. Henderson will reach on another fielder's choice. And here's going to be Carney Lansford. Infield, obviously, standard depth now. Probably should have gotten the double play there, now that I think about it. But the play was already done. Henderson is aboard. Lansford coming to the plate. He is 0 for 2. It is going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. And 5-5. Antonelli will get out of it as he walks the bases loaded and then induces 3 straight ground balls. And Lockman will take this one for the 3U. The inning is over. Crisis averted. And here comes New York and Hank Thompson. Thompson 0 for 2 here in the ballgame. Left-handed batter. It's going to be -1. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card. 9-7 is a base hit. Thompson is aboard. And here comes Monty Irvin. Irvin 1 for 2. It's going to be righty versus righty. Equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-3 is a ground ball. That ground ball is going to go to shortstop. Weiss is a 4. Thompson needs an 8 to get into second safely. He does not at a 6-4. And the second baseman on the turn is Randolph. He's a 3 trying to get Irvin out. It's a 50-50 shot here, and he does not. Irvin beats it out, and it's a fielder's choice, 6-4. That's going to bring up Dusty Rhodes with a man on and 1 out. Rhodes 0 for 2, flew out deep twice. He is a left-handed batter. It's going to be equal. That's going to be a batter's card for Rhodes. This could spell danger for Sanderson here. 6-4 is another fly out, so he gets a hold of it, but he's got warning track power all game today as he flies out to left. That's going to be 2 away, and Williams coming to the plate. Davey Williams is 0 for 2. He did score a run. He reached on a fielder's choice last inning. Right-handed batter. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-5 is going to be a ground out. That will do it here in the top of the 5th, as a ground out will go to third. 5-3. And we head over to the bottom of the 5th now. Oakland looking to regain their lead as they have the heart of their order up. Canseco, right-handed batter. -1 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-2 is a ground out. Ground out's going to go to third, 5-3. Here comes Dave Henderson now. Henderson 1 for 2, scored a run in the second inning. It's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Hendo. 10-4 is a base hit. Hendo reaches with 1 away, and Big Mac coming up. 1 for 2 in the game with that big bomb in the second inning. It is going to be a -1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Big Mac. And 3-6 is going to be a ground out. A couple of slow guys on the bases here. A ground ball goes to third base. Thompson is a 2 fielder over there. But it's only 30% chance getting there. He does not. So Henderson is out at second on the 5-4. And the second baseman is a 4 on Big Mac. Hustling down the line, trying to get it. Need a 7, 8, or 9 to be safe. And he gets it. Big Mac beats it out. Fielder's choice, 5-4. Bad turn by Williams. Probably had to get over to the ball on the throw by Thompson. So McGee coming to the plate. 2 away, 1 man on. Going to be -1 on the roll. It's going to be batter's card. 6-3 is a ground ball, and that is going to do it. here in the bottom of the fifth, a 6-3. Still a tie ball game. As we now head over to the top of the sixth, Scott Sanderson, though, has gone his 5. He has a max 5, both pitchers do, and we're going to have to roll on his first inning passed. And it's going to be a -1. So Sanderson is now a 3-2. This is where the difference could be made here, because Antonelli is a much stronger pitcher. He is the ace of the staff, Sanderson the number 3 starter. So this is where the offense could take off for New York. Not that it hasn't already. They have scored 4 runs in the ball game. And Westrom coming to the plate. Westrom righty, it's going to be -1 now on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Sanderson. 8-3 is a flyout. Westrom will fly out to left field. That's going to bring up the top of the order. Whitey Lockman now the batter. Left-handed batter. It is going to be equal now on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-5 is a walk. Lockman is aboard for the 3rd time, adding a walk to his 2 hits. He has an RBI and a run scored in the game so far. Al Dark coming to the plate, 1 on, 1 out. And right-handed batter, it's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Dark. 7-5 is a flyout, so gets under it. Flies out to right field. Don Mueller coming to the plate, 2 for 3 with an RBI so far. Left-handed batter, it's going to be +1 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-3, Sanderson cuts him down for the 3rd out. And we head over now to the bottom of the 6th. Getting some water there. Johnny Antonelli still on the mound, but we do have to roll. Now see, he is a 5-4, so he's going to have a much better chance at not taking a hit. And he does not take a hit, so it is still a 4-4 against batters. And that's going to bring up Willie Randolph. He is going to be equal roll. That is going to be a batter's card for Randolph. 1-2, though, is a strikeout. Antonelli, who struck out a pretty good amount for the 1950s, 152 batters. And Ron Hassey comes to the plate. He is 1 for 1, has an RBI and a walk. Left-handed batter. It's going to be -3. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 10-5 is a ground out. That's a big roll for a ground out, but it's going to be a ground out to the pitcher. Hassey not getting much wood on that ball. And here comes Walt Weiss. He is 0 for 2. Did reach on a fielder's choice back in the 4th. Switch hitter, it's going to be -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Weiss. A 1-7 is a pop out. Antonelli jams him, and the pop out will go to 3rd. And that will go over now to the top of the 7th, and we're going to have to roll on his 2nd inning passed. There's a chance he could get taken out here. Roll of 3, though, is no change, so Sanderson gets to stay in. As Seihei Willie Mays will head to the plate. Oh, I forgot to put down that -1 earlier. All right. So now Willie Mays coming to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single. It's going to be +2 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Willie. 5-8 is going to be a ground out. Let's see. That is a G+, though. So a G+ means that it is a hard play for the infielder. We got to see where that goes. It goes to 3rd base. This is going to go off of the 3rd baseman's arm, which is a 4. And the risk first. So Willie Mays can beat this one out. It's 50-50 shot. A 10, he does not. 3rd baseman gets him 5-3. Had a chance to get aboard for the first batter of the inning, but it does not work out, as Hank Thompson will now come to the plate. Left-handed batter, it's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Thompson. 7-2 is a flyout. Flyout will go to right. Monty Irvin coming to the plate now. Irvin is let's see, 1 for 3 in the ball game. And he is a right-handed batter. It's going to be +1. And we're going to call that a pitcher's card. 9-9 is a double. So 2-out double here. Puts a man in scoring position with Dusty Rhodes looking to put New York ahead. He is a left-handed batter. It's going to be +1 on the roll. And it's a pitcher's card. 4-5 is a ground out. So Sanderson gets out of it as Rhodes will ground out to first to 3U. Big Mac takes it. And now we head over to the bottom of the 7th. We are going to have to roll on the second inning passed here on Antonelli. A roll of 5 is a -1, so Antonelli does take a hit. Brings him down to a 3-3 against batters. Ricky Henderson coming to the plate. Henderson, a 4-4 against a left-handed, so it's going to be a +1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 10-2 is a line out. Henderson gets good wood on it, but he'll line out to second base for the first out of the inning. Bringing up Carney Lansford. Lansford, right-handed batter. It's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Lansford. 7-3 is a flyout, though. A flyout that will go to right field. Antonelli 1 out away from 2 consecutive 1-2-3 innings, in which case we would get to roll on his happy face boys, see if he increases. Canseco, the batter between that result and Antonelli. So it's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Canseco. 10-4 is a base hit, so Antonelli will not get that second consecutive 1-2-3 inning. And that's going to bring up Dave Henderson. Dave Henderson is 2 for 3. We got 1 on, 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Is going to be +2. That's going to be a pitcher's card, though. 10-3 is going to get Antonelli out of it. Dave Henderson is going to line out to short to end the inning. And now we head over to the top of the 8th, a tie score. And I think Sanderson is going to get pulled here. We're going to bring in Burns, Todd Burns, because we're going to save Honeycutt. Well, it is the 8th. Oh, we're going to save Honeycutt because it's a tie game right now. So we don't want to burn that arm. Burn that arm while we're bringing in Burns. Alright, so Burns is a right-handed pitcher. So not much will change there. He can go 1+ if needed. And he has a 2-3 against batters, so that's going to bring up Williams now. A right-handed batter, it is -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-7, though, is a walk. So Burns comes in and immediately puts 1 on base. Westrom coming up. Westrom is 0 for 2 with a walk. It is going to be -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 4-1 is a flyout. Westrom will fly out to left for the first out of the inning. Bringing up the top of the order as New York is looking to go ahead. Lockman up with 1 man on and 1 out, left-handed batter. So it's going to be +1 now. That's going to be a pitcher's card, though. 9-4 is a flyout to left field. 2 away. Al Dark coming to the plate. Righty versus righty is going to be equal. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 2-8 is going to be a ground out. That's going to be a 3rd out of the inning as Burns puts 1 on, but then gets 3 quick outs. A 6-3 end in the frame as we head over to the bottom of the 8th. It is a tie ball game, folks, getting into these last couple innings. Excuse me, we are going to have to roll in Antonelli. And this is going to be his 3rd inning passed. A roll of 2, it is a -1. That brings him down to a 2-2. This will probably be his last inning of work if he gets through it. That's going to bring up Big Mac. Big Mac, right-hander. And he's going to be a +1 now. That's going to be a batter's card for Big Mac. 2-3. The scary hitter goes down swinging. Bringing up Willie McGee, 1 away. McGee, a switch hitter. It's going to be +1. That's going to be a batter's card. 4-1 is going to be a strikeout. 2 Ks now in the frame. We can get a third consecutive strikeout. He will get an automatic +1, which could help Antonelli stay in the game longer. Randolph coming up is going to be a +2 here. That's going to be a batter's card. 9-9 is a double. We don't get the strikeout, and we got a man on second and scoring position with 2 away. Ron Hassey coming to the plate. Hassey, a left-hander. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-5 is a ground out. Hassey will ground out to end the threat, and it is a 3-U that will get Antonelli out of the inning. Todd Burns, being that it is a tie game, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to try and keep him in, but if we hit any of these 2s, he will have to come out as we roll on the 1 inning past his max stamina. We roll a 1, which is a no change, so he gets to stay in. And we're going to have Don Mueller come into the plate to lead off the top of the 9th. And it is going to be +2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 10-5 is a base hit. Mueller reaches for the 3rd time. He is now 3 for 5. That's going to bring up Willie Mays. Has 2 RBIs already in the game. Let's see how clutch he is in this situation. A +1 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 110 is a ground out. This might be a double play here, folks. A ground out goes to short. Weiss is a 4. Mueller is pretty much out. He needs an 8 to be safe. He does not get it. That is a 6-4. And on the turn, Randolph is a 3, trying to get Mays, who has a 60% chance of reaching safely, and he does. So Mays is aboard on a fielder's choice. 6-4. And do we want to exploit the 3-arm of Hassey to try and get him into scoring position? Probably not. Burns has a -4 holding runners. So that's going to bring up Hank Thompson with 1 away and 1 on. Left-handed batter. And it's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Thompson. 6-3 is a flyout. Flyout will go to right. 2 away now. Monty Irvin coming to the plate. Mays on first. It's going to be righty versus righty. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-2 is going to do it here in the top of the 9th as Irvin will fly out to center. And we head over now to the bottom of the 9th. Antonelli is still in, but I think we're going to take him out in favor of Hoyt Wilhelm. All 2.10 ERA of him and 1.14 whip. Has a chance to go a couple of innings if we do go into extras. Wilhelm, a right-hander. Something that the Oakland team has not faced in this game. You can go 2 innings, you have 5, 4. So pretty strong pitcher here. Weiss coming to the plate. He's a switch hitter. He will be batting from the left side. It is a -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 2-7 is a ground out. Ground out will go to second base. 4-3. Top of the order now coming up for Oakland. Looking for a walk-off. Henderson coming to the plate. Henderson, a right-handed batter. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-10 is a flyout. Flyout goes to center field. Lansford now coming to the plate. 2 away. Righty versus righty. It's a -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Lansford. 6-2 is a ground out. That's going to do it here in the bottom of the 9th. As we go into extras, Top of the 10th. Burns is going to have to come out for Oakland. Can't risk him going 2. And we're going to have to bring in... I don't know how long this game is going to go. They don't really have a deep bullpen as far as innings go. So, looks like we are gonna. We're gonna bring in Mike Moore out of the pen. That'll give us a chance to allow Oakland to get a lead and bring in Honeycutt if needed. Moore primarily a starter, but in playoffs got some relief work. So Moore, a right-handed pitcher, can go 5 innings if we do head into multiple extra innings. And Dusty Rhodes will be leading off the top of the 10th. Rhodes, a left-handed batter. It's going to be +1. That's going to be a batter's card for Rhodes. 3-4 is going to be a strikeout. Or strikes out Rhodes for the first out of the top of the 10th. And we go to Davey Williams now. -1 on a roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Williams. 10-5 is a base hit. So we have 1 on, 1 out. Wes Westrom coming to the plate. He is 0 for 3. -2 roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Westrom. 110 is a pop out. Pop out goes to the catcher. Behind home plate. Hassey making the play. And that's going to bring us up to the top of the order. 1 on, 2 away. Whitey Lockman coming to the plate. Left-handed batter. It's going to be equal. That's going to be a batter's card for Lockman. 6-3 is a flyout. Flyout goes to center field. That is 3 away in the top of the 10th. And that is going to bring us to the bottom of the 10th. Wilhelm still on the mound. Middle of the order coming up for Oakland. Canseco coming to the plate. Canseco a 3 against righties. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 8-7 is a base hit. Canseco is aboard. He's got some speed there. Not sure that we're going to steal in this situation, but that does give us some options moving into the inning. Dave Henderson is up. He is a right-handed batter. It's going to be -2. That's going to be a batter's card for Henderson. 10-8. 10-8 is a walk-off bomb by Dave Henderson. 2-run shot as Oakland defeats 1954 New York by a score of 6-4. Dave Henderson with the walk-off bomb. We're going to have to give him the MVP as he goes 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and a game-winning walk-off jack, giving Oakland the victory. So, before I get into everything else, what a ball game. Oakland moves on. If you could, hit a thumbs up. Give me a comment on how you like this game, if you liked it. Maybe what teams you'd like to see moving forward. And we're going to go ahead and do our little stat track right now. As Sanderson gets a no decision. Burns gets a no decision. Moore will pick up the victory. Sanderson went 7 innings. 2 for Burns, 1 for Moore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits given up by Sanderson, but only 4 runs. All of those earned. 2 walks, 2 Ks, and 9, 18, 27, 34 batters faced. No home runs given up by the starter. No home runs given up on any of the pitchers for Oakland. And as far as hits for Burns, he gives up 1 hit allowed by Moore. No runs for either of the relievers in their outings. 1 walk by Burns. None by Moore. And a K by Moore. And we got 8 batters faced, 5 Burns and 4 for Moore. Heading over to 54 pitchers for New York. Antonelli will pick up a no decision as Wilhelm is tagged with the loss. Antonelli goes 8 but gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, 4 runs. Only 3 of those earned, however, as McGee reached on an error by third baseman Thompson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 walks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks by Antonelli. And he faced 35 batters, giving up 1 home run. Wilhelm gave up another home run, the walk-off to Henderson. And he went one inning, 1+, and 2 hits, 2 runs, no walks, no Ks, and 5 batters. Now we go over to the pitching fatigue chart so we could track that. And Stewart gets 1 back, Welch as well as Nelson. And Sanderson, who pitched a pretty good game except for a couple innings there, he will now get 4 going into the book. Burns will have 1, and Moore will have 1 as well. So that will do it here for On Deck Baseball Pro. The King of the Hill tournament, Oakland, 1990 Oakland, will move on to face their next challenger. I'll try to have a vote on Facebook for that, or you can leave, like I said, in the comments who you think their next challenger should be. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. That was a really fun one. Extra innings for the first time in the King of the Hill tournament as Oakland pulls it out with a game-winning walk-off home run by this guy right here, Dave Henderson. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great night.